All right, I've held you back long enough. Is you've seen a lot of Adelaide live and you've felt this building, you've shared it with us a few times. How significant, you knew on Friday night that this is a result that lasts, and then it turns out that it's even better because for the first time since 2017, they sit atop the table at the pointy end of the season.
This has got the old feeling of Adelaide, the old premiership, and even going back to South Australian state footy. You do not, under any circumstance, want to play Adelaide in Adelaide.
Yeah.
That's where it sits right now. Probably the team that would be best placed is Collingwood, who travel as well as anyone. But that's what it feels like now, having been there a lot. The club, the town, the coach have all got justifiable confidence in their ability because they've got blokes like Izak Rankine that can just come to light and tear it apart. They've got blokes like Dawson that can recognise the tone of a game and change it. They've got blokes like Taylor Walker who, when his time comes, will step up and kick clutch goals. They've got a monster playing out of the goal square who's the equal of any of the key forwards in the competition, and they're honest.
Yeah.
They appear to me really, really honest, Jared. So, yeah, well, just having been at the Adelaide Oval and watched them dispense with quality opposition, and Hawthorn lost no admirers, then, yeah, no one's getting carried away with their premiership hopes if you're not talking about them.
The judgment call is whether newbies can go all the way first time through. Are you seeing enough in them with the mixture of experience and youth and the precociousness and the environment to suggest?
I am. I think it's a really open competition, which makes for a great September. But just look at some of these results here, Jared. So the Suns, they put paid to them in emphatic style. We know that they've got something about them. Hawthorn, who were kicked the first 5 goals of the game and looked like they were on a tear. So they're well coached, well led. They've been down long enough, Jared. They're hungry. So
they're a couple of years overdue, I reckon.
It
comes to fruition.
Yeah, and they've got all the pieces. So. This is going to be a super September, and that Adelaide song that belted out in those back-to-back grand finals couldn't get out of your head for 2 years. It's been played pretty regularly.
The nasty side of Friday night was the injury to Will Day. So we've lived the season with Will. We know how meticulously all this was planned out, the work that had been done by him, by the medical staff, and for it only to last 2 weeks. It did take you back to the desk here on Tuesday night.
Within our team, the medical team and the club, we had a really clear plan, and it was that Carlton game that we were eyeing off, and everything went really smoothly and really happy with where it's at. So I go into these last few games with a lot of confidence.
And it made it all the more heart-wrenching on Saturday when we all learnt that he's out for the season. There was just a moment in the post-game on Friday night where we were watching ice get strapped to the top of his foot, and Sam Mitchell said, I didn't want to ask because I don't want to answer. Where all the feels were just all wrong around it. He
was unbelievable. That's the other thing. In the first quarter, he was just charging around like a man that had been held back and held back and held back. He had 9 touches. He had 6 clearances, Jared, in the first quarter. He sort of went to Dawson, which at the start of the game, and he's so pivotal and central to what they're doing. And then you see this. So, he's been with us. He's been, we handpicked him as one of our young guns that we wanted to sort of go on a journey with this year. So you invest a bit more. I saw him pre-game and he was up and feeling pumped and looking forward to it. And then, as I said, you sat there and watched him. He tore it to shreds. 9 touches, 6 clearances. They've kicked 5 in a row and you went, wow. And then this is the finish. So navicular's a horrible word. It was a word even back when we were playing that you got scared about. And it's the unknown. I've heard James Hird talk about it. I've heard Matthew Egan talk about it. It's just the unknown. You think you're right. So there's no knock on... I'm not a medico. There's no knock on the Hawthorn Footy Club. I don't think anyone's knocking the Hawthorn Footy Club for playing him because history says you wait. At some stage, you just got to bite the bullet. And they waited and waited long enough. And this footy tragedy's taken place. So... he's a valuable commodity, so they'll leave no stone unturned and get it right.
Yeah, it's a lot for Will to work through now. He's had 2 seasons bookended, so these are 4 serious injuries now. And one of the things we quizzed him on around what level of faith he held, and he was unshakable that he would meet the markers and not second-guess himself. It will be hard to live that journey again and not second-guess everything.
Because he's living the nightmare that is the navicular story. Because when you hear about it and then you go and research it, you'll see these case studies that are very similar to what he's experiencing now. So mentally, that would be a really tough place for that young man to be in.
Well, let's talk about a team that looks like they may be out in front of everyone at the moment. That's the Adelaide Football Club. They are playing blistering footy, and they're the only team at the moment that sits at the top of or around the top of the ladder in that top 9 that is unscathed by being beaten heavily by another top 9 contender. Geelong have had a pretty soft run, but everyone else has had a big loss, Brownie, except for the Crows, and they are just humming along nicely.
Oh, they are. They're well led, aren't they? And I know you're on the All-Australian committee, but this man sealed the deal as the All-Australian captain on Friday
got it?
night. Jordan Dawson, he's got it, absolutely. Got a little C on his jacket on the blazer. His second quarter was unbelievable.
Noah Anderson says g'day.
Yeah, Noah Anderson's been outstanding, but normally you've got to get in an All-Australian team before you get given the captaincy. I'd be surprised if he gets it first year.
Oh,
What's
fair enough. I'll have a say. You won't.
Yeah, well, give us something. But like all the great leaders, and you used to do it, Bucks, the benefit of playing with the great Michael Voss. They sense moments in games, and obviously they were under pressure at quarter time. They were 5 goals down, and this man just stepped up to the plate with his actions. He was brilliant. He puts himself in dangerous situations. More often than not in the forward half. We saw he was well beaten by Josh Dunkley a few weeks ago, and then he went forward in that last quarter and got the Crows home. So displays all the qualities of a great captain, and that's why he'll be All-Australian captain.
Definitive statements. Yeah, you're going to be good in the media. Hey, if he was good, well, then Izak Rankine was excellent as well. I mean, that captain backed up the coach's calm and everything at quarter time. This bloke has heard his coaches, has heard what his team needs. He's sacrificed a little bit of midfield time and maybe some possessions.
Have they found the right balance for him? Because it was going to be predominantly midfield early on, but Soligo, he's come on as a player. Dawson's obviously a star now. The balance for Izak, it's right, isn't it?
In the end, you use your players where you need them. And not many blokes are doing what Izak Rankine does at forward 50, so you want him there. Yes, he can be there as a midfielder, but you put him there as a forward, he probably's covered 100, 150 metres less over the last sort of 90 seconds leading into that. Hasn't been bashed from pillar to post. He's got a little bit more energy. He's playing a 70 to 75% game time as a high forward, let alone like outside of an 80 or 85 as a mid. So it's whatever Adelaide are doing, whatever their mix is at the moment, you work with it until you need something different. I can see Izak Rankine going into the middle for a 10-minute period in a final, in the third quarter, last quarter, and unleashing him into the midfield.
He's their opening bounce grand final.
Well, both of them are healthy too. Rankin and Thilthorpe have been healthy this year.
They'll even pop him sometime in the goal squares like the quasi full forward for a short period of time and let the big guys. Yeah. He's such a good one-on-one player, Rankin. I mean, that left foot goal he kicked out in the middle of the last quarter, I mean, that was just incredibly skillful.